Today we're gonna test the best Clash Royale deck from every year. First up, we have the very best deck in Clash Royale from 2016, Trifecta Hog Rider. The Trifecta Hog combo was just so good back in the day. The Trifecta is basically the Hog Rider, the Valkyrie, and the Musketeer combined, which was just known to be a very powerful defensive and offensive combo as well. Also guys, back in the day, the pump was only 5 elixirs, so you could spam it way more and get way more positive elixir trades. Also, the poison had, I believe, a much bigger slow than it currently has, so it was just a very good time for a deck like this. And nowadays, I feel like what a deck like this might struggle with the most could probably be something like, you know, these building cycle decks that you just can't really seem to break through or out-cycle. But back in the day, the meta was a lot more giant. You know, there was a lot more giant, poison, and stuff like that. A lot more beatdown decks instead of quick cycle decks. Cycle decks weren't really a thing back then, for the most part. So you could do really well with a deck like this. And I actually first started playing Clash Royale in, I believe, the end of 2016, and one of my first decks was a Hog deck. It was like a Hog Goblin Barrel Skeleton Army deck. Wasn't quite this deck, but I do remember playing some of these broken decks like Trifecta back in the day a little bit. This guy right here might have a Pekka with his deck, but I'm not 100% sure. Actually, maybe he doesn't since he has the Lumberjack. I don't know, we'll see about that though. We're just going to zap right here. We are getting some nice positive trades from this pump, so that's going to allow us to pressure right now. I feel like the pump in this deck just allows you to pressure way more than you normally could. Because if I was playing a normal Hog cycle deck here, I probably could not get away with going for this many Hog Riders. I'd have to just play more defense, but because of the pump, we're just getting these good trades and we're able to kind of spam constantly. We do have our pump once again right here, and oftentimes people can punish you when you play a pump in the back, guys, because obviously you are then going to be down a lot of elixir. But with a deck like this, you just have so much defensive power. You even have the cannon as well, so you're able to still defend yourself the majority of the time, at least if you go in for the pumps at the correct time. I'm just going to go for a Hog Rider here on this side, just to kind of split up his push here, make sure that he can't go in for a full-blown Ram Rider Lumberjack push. We do somehow get the Hog hit even past that Lumberjack and the Electro Wizard. And guys, back in the day, Hog Rider was actually a little bit stronger because Hog Rider did, I believe, get like a first attack time nerf or something like that in, I want to say 2017. Also, wow, I thought that Lumberjack would die, to be honest. I really thought it would just, like, dissipate before it got to my tower. Okay, this is looking kind of bad for us, I'm not gonna lie. Our opponent does go in for the vines, but low-key, guys, this meta is not that bad for Trifecta, I feel like. Because back in the day, it was a very heavy beatdown meta, and nowadays, it also is a very heavy beatdown meta as well, with all this Goblin Giant and stuff like that, and you just need to have a really good defense, which this deck has. Also, the pump should be really nice right now as well, because people just don't seem to have the best big spells against it. They have vines, but that doesn't do much damage. Also, I don't know how that Ram Rider bypassed that, by the way. That was kind of an insane baby dragon. We need to get our poison down right now, man. We need some damage here. Hog Rider's not going to get us anything, but at least the poison gets us a little something. That was actually a very nice poison. I'm just going to Musketeer here. I don't know if he's going to really play anything into it, but we're just going to get it off anyways. We can actually just go in right now, guys, and if he plays something right on the Hog Rider, the Musketeer should just snipe it. Yeah, we're sniping the Berserker. Let's go. Yo, nice snipes. And we hit the Lumberjack too, and we get a Hog hit on the tower, guys. We're actually making it work against a Vine Cycle deck, which is really the Clash Royale meta right now. Musketeer does get on the tower. No, it doesn't get on the tower. I'm not going to go for a Lone Hog. I'm going to go for the Trifecta push, guys. Look at this. Musketeer, Valkyrie, Hog Rider. That's the Trifecta combo. And when you go for all of them together, you really just almost guarantee that you're going to get damage unless your opponent has like an Inferno Tower or something like that. I'm just going to spam an Evo Valk at the bridge here, get a Musketeer down once again, and then I think if we just go for a Hog Rider, there's no way he's going to fully defend it. He's at least going to take some damage, so we should get it. Okay, wait, Vines could actually carry him. No, we take the win. Let's go. I'm actually really excited for this one. We're playing the #1 deck of 2017. There were a few options for the #1 deck for 2017. I think Mega Knight Hog Rider was also one of the very best decks, but I decided to put 3 Musketeers Night Witch in this place, guys, because 3 Musketeers Night Witch was just so incredibly good throughout a lot of the year, and it was right when Night Witch was released in 2017. So we had Prime Night Witch spawning 4 bats upon death. You know, it spawned the bats overall way quicker. It also did more damage and stuff like that. Night Witch was so broken at that time. And the Three Musketeers were also one of the best win conditions in the game in 2017, which is kind of crazy to think about because nowadays Three Musketeers are kind of just, I guess, obsolete or not really a win condition that anyone seems to be playing anymore. Our opponent here actually has Hog Executioner, which was another pretty good deck back in the day, but hasn't been super meta for quite some time. We do get already a lot of damage on his tower, and we can just go for a Night Witch on his Hog Rider. I think he just thought I was low elixir, even though I had perfectly enough elixir to defend that Hog Rider. We're going to Bandit with this as well, because he has no goblins. He'd have to overcommit to defend this Bandit, I think. Okay, just get the Valk down. Honestly, wasn't sure if he'd actually get it in time. Bandit still does get on the tower! And dude, this Night Witch is low-key putting in the work as well. Yo, we're looking really good now, guys. Battle Ram is going to charge on the tower. We're just going to go for a zap right here. And I think that's tower down, or just about tower down. Okay, not quite tower down, but we can Ice Spirit. And if he doesn't defend that, we'll pretty much take the whole tower. Okay, he goes for a defensive Hog Rider. It's actually going to be kind of hard to get this last bit of damage, guys. We have no big spell. The thing about this deck is that even if you take your opponent down to just a couple hundred HP, you don't really have a way to finish out the game. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, good thing I didn't spam a Bandit or anything like that. Oof, guys, today's a good day, man. Today's a good day. I was at the gym, and just the other day I was able to get a 290-pound bench press PR finally. And I think I actually had even like 295 pounds in me, but I just went for 290. This guy actually does not decide to rocket on our 3M. You know what I think I'll do here? Okay, we actually take the tower. Yeah, Evo Zap's going to counter the Hog Rider, and we take a nice win. The best deck for 2018 in Clash Royale has to be this Mortar Miner deck. It might be one of the best decks of all time, honestly, inside of Clash Royale. This was the deck that a lot of the very best ladder players of all time were using to get a lot of their #1 finishes. Like in 2018, I think Igor got maybe like 2 or 3 #1 finishes, and he's actually one of the top ladder players of all time overall with all his finishes, and this was his main deck in 2018 and even a little bit of 2019 as well. Man, we're off to a pretty good start already. Okay, our opponent does go for the Mighty Miner in the back. He probably just has some typical Hog Earthquake deck, so it'll be interesting to see if we can actually keep up with this deck. This deck still doesn't even look bad to this day. The only kind of awkward thing in this deck, I guess, is the fact that we have Rascals. Rascals were really good when they were kind of early on in their, I guess, release and whatever, but they did kind of fall off over time after getting some nerfs, and they're just kind of an awkward card to play since almost everyone has a pretty easy spell to take them down. Our opponent here definitely did outcycle us a little bit, so he could try to spam a Hog Rider soon. I'm going to be ready, though, with my bats and stuff like that. Okay, good thing I didn't play the bats on the goblins, guys, because now our bats will take down the hog, but I guess not because of this dumb E-Spirit. Okay, we got to go for a Miner in the back and try to recover a little bit of damage, hopefully. He does go in for his cannon, but Miner is going to actually get a good amount of chip damage, so we're not completely out of it yet, guys, but it's not looking too good. I guess we just go for the Rascals in the back right here. I don't really have a better play to do. Kind of want to save the Mortar for defense whenever possible. And I'll have my Fireball ready if he tries to go for like a Firecracker or something like that. Anyways, guys, as I was talking about earlier with my bench press PR, I was stuck at 285 pounds for a long time because I kept on cutting and stuff like that. I went from like 200 pounds body weight to around 185 pounds body weight, and as you lose body weight, it gets harder to bench press the same weight, or just do the same weight in general on really any exercise. So yeah, it was hard to gain, but yeah, finally I broke that plateau, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, our opponent does go for another Firecracker. Dude, these Firecrackers are so incredibly dumb and annoying. Bro. Can I just kill this Firecracker, please? Bro, can I just kill this Firecracker, man? Okay, I think we're actually going to defend the lane right here. The Rascals actually aren't that bad since he doesn't have Log. He only has the Barbarian Barrel. Nice, we're going to kill the Evo Firecracker here, which is pretty good too. We need the comeback of a lifetime to somehow get this game, guys. I don't really think it's going to happen, but definitely going to try my best right now. Ooh, we just go for the Evo Cannon, but luckily it doesn't kill all of our stuff. Okay, never mind, it did kill all of our stuff. Wait, the Rascal? Nice, we get our gang down. He gets the E-Spirit, but I think we're still going to counter this Hog Rider. Yeah, we still counter the Hog Rider pretty decently. I'm just going to go in for this right here. I'm going to get a Miner as well. He does go for the cannon. I was hoping he wouldn't go for it because it was so obvious. I thought that he tried to be a little bit less obvious, but all good though. We do get a nice Fireball, guys. Come on, give me some damage, dude. We actually have a chance to come back in this game. I don't even know how. This deck is just so solid overall that we're somehow coming back in a game where we're just getting kind of hard countered. I think the only thing that's saving us is the fact that he has Barbarian Barrel and not a Log, giving our Rascals a little bit more value than they, I guess, otherwise would be getting right here. We do get a nice prediction log onto his Goblins, and Miner is chipping away quite a bit. I kind of have to Fireball this Evo Firecracker. There's nothing else I'm going to do about it, really. Alright, Rascal Girls are doing a little something here, I guess. I know he wants to go in for a Hog Rider again soon, so I'm going to get that gang down. Doesn't actually catch his Hog Rider, but now we can just Evo Mortar, and I think we're chilling with this. Yeah, that Hog Rider should die here, hopefully. Okay, guys, we need some really good Miner Fireballs, I guess. Oh, it goes straight into a Mighty Miner. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Dude, it sucks that he has the E-Spirit as well, guys. I feel like we're playing so well right now, but stuff is still not really going our way. Come on. Kill that Hog Rider, please. Oh, I played so well this game too, guys. I feel like I did almost everything I could. I think if he had Ice Spirit instead of E-Spirit, I definitely would have had this game. But, man, E-Spirit didn't even exist back in 2018. Unfortunately, we do lose our first game. Guys, the best deck for 2019 is actually really funny because, yeah, the best deck in 2019 was RG Furnace with the Lightning and Fisherman. We also had the, you know, Baby Dragon and stuff up in here. But the really funny thing, guys, is that Furnace no longer exists in Clash Royale in the same way that it used to. So we actually have the Furnace moving card now, but back in 2019 when this deck was the best, it had the building, or I guess spawner, Furnace, which was kind of funny. So, yeah, a little bit different than this deck used to be, I guess, but still same principle pretty much. We just don't have the extra building. We instead have a walking and moving unit. You know, I'm going to Lightning here. I don't trust this. This guy probably has Lava Clone. Alright, I think we have to be really careful right now, guys, because pretty much all of our cards here that are air, if we just cycle it, that pretty much gives him the green light to go for a Lava Hound, so we have to watch out a little bit. I'm just going to Mega Minion. He could Lava Hound. If he does, I'm just going to RG at the bridge. Oh, he has Barbarians. Dang, that actually kind of sucks for us, guys, that he has the Barbarians, because we have Lightning and not a Fireball, but maybe our Furnace can help take them down a little bit, and we could get an RG push going. Dude, it sucks that his tower's helping out right here against my Mega Minion. If it wasn't in range, that actually could have been really good for us. Alright, I think we just get our Skeletons right here. He's already going in for a clone very aggressively. That was actually kind of a trash clone out of him. And guys, the thing with RG that you often want to do is, you don't just want to RG the bridge, you want to get a counter push with a deck like this. You want to defend something, and then go for your RG along with the stuff that you played. So then you actually have a good push going. And right here we have just that. We have a nice supported RG. Now our troops are dead, but we still got a good amount of damage on his tower. I'm actually going to go in for a Bridge Fisherman right here. It actually is decent pressure. And there's not really too much he can do about it. He can like overcommit and go for barbs. Yeah, he does go for the barbs, but that's just going to really feed our Furnace right here. So I'm pretty happy about this. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. Oof. Guys, I had a good day today, man. I got some really nice practices in recently. I've been practicing against Muhammad Light and just all the best players getting ready for World Finals, which are going to be right at the end of October. I've been really grinding for this a lot, so hopefully it's going to go great. Alright. Dude, I was reading the comments of some of the Clash Royale League games and stuff like that. Like, there's some channels on YouTube that repost the Clash Royale League games after they're already finished, and I saw like there were a lot of nice comments under some of my games, but then also some people just got so upset at me that I was like flexing after my wins and stuff like that. It was so funny. Like, there were genuinely some people in the comments who wrote like a whole paragraph about being upset that I was flexing after my wins or something like that. They said like I'm too prideful of my gains or something like that. Like, bro, come on now, man. Just a silly little flex. It's my own personal Clash Royale emote, you know? Alright, we got our Lightning right here. Yeah, let's go for the Lightning, guys. I think we actually might steal it. Yes, the Baby Dragon needs to just get one more shot. Nice, we get one more shot, but we have to be careful. We have to be really careful, guys, because he could Lightning block. Guards are going to have enough HP to Lightning block, and so will the Barbs as well. He's probably going to Barbs right here, I think. He has to, right? No, he goes for the Vines, actually. But the RG should get a shot, I think, so I think we just take it, right? Nice, we take the win. This one might come as quite a surprise to a lot of you, but the best deck for 2020 was actually this Graveyard Barbarian Hut deck. Now, I think obviously Barbarian Hut is probably the most surprising thing about this deck, the fact that Barb Hut was actually in a best deck for any given year. I don't think anyone would have expected that, but guys, Barb Hut was actually so good back in 2020. I believe it got quite a few buffs, and I remember its HP was just incredibly high. The Barb Hut already has okay HP, but the HP it currently has compared to what it used to have is actually kind of laughable, man. It used to just literally tank anything. Even if you rocketed it, it just wouldn't do anything. But nowadays, almost any spell in the game can counter it. Even Fireball can actually full counter Barb Hut. If you just, like, send the Barb Hut, those 3 barbs go next to the Barb Hut, then you just Fireball the 3 barbs in the Barb Hut, and you can literally full counter it. Wow, our opponent actually has Golem here. Wait, guys, this is absolutely perfect. Because Barb Hut obviously is absolutely garbage today. At least I think it is. Maybe we can prove that wrong today. But the one matchup that it theoretically should be good in should be something like Golem. Honestly, I would have loved if it spawned another set of barbs right there, but I guess we do end up defending. And this guy can't believe it that we have the Barb Hut. Another thing, guys, was that at this time, Graveyard hadn't gotten those few nerfs to where it spawns a bit less skeletons. Graveyard did spawn more skeletons at the time. Also, the skeleton dragons, I believe, shot a bit quicker, or maybe they did more damage. I don't really remember which one it was. And also, the delivery used to do more damage than it currently does, and it also had knockback at one point in time. That was absolutely insane, actually, how delivery used to have knockback. Can you guys imagine delivery with knockback today? That would just be insane. I think that would finally be enough to put those Goblin Giant Pekka players away. I'm actually going to Graveyard here kind of aggressively, just trying to get some sort of chip damage. We can also Poison here. Maybe a little bit of an overcommit by me, to be honest, but I'm hoping we could get away with it and just put ourselves in a nice spot. That honestly kind of worked out. That was actually a lot of damage right there. Graveyard Poison is still so strong to this day. Just that combo is just so incredibly good. This Evo Musketeer actually should kill the Evo Witch. Yeah, it kills the Evo Witch pretty easily. Also, we are sniping down the Goblin Machine as well. I almost want to go in for a Night Graveyard here, but I'm not going to just because I know that I have to watch out for the guards, and I don't want to spend a whole poison on the guards and a whole graveyard. That would be 9 elixir for 3. I think I do have to let these guards go right now. I can't really do too much about them without overcommitting. I just have to somehow kill this baby dragon, which is kind of difficult. I will say, though, the delivery is definitely putting in the work right now. The delivery is actually kind of the key card in our deck right now, it feels like. I mean, aside from the Barb Hut, I don't want to undercredit the Barb Hut too much. The Skelly Drag, I guess, will run away. Yeah, it does run away, unfortunately. Kind of just have to go for the poison here onto the Witch. You could see this deck is really heavy. It kind of prioritizes defense first, and then you attack afterwards. That's usually how this deck works. We do go in for kind of an aggressive graveyard here, but I'm hoping our Skelly Drags can maybe get a bit of chip. Actually, the graveyard itself does get some nice chip on the tower. That's not too bad. Not too shabby at all. We could just get our Musketeer down the middle. I don't think he's going to Golem the bridge or anything too crazy. Yeah, luckily for us, he does not decide to Golem the bridge. I think we could actually just go in for a graveyard here. I feel like I might as well. Okay, that was a mistake. Oh gosh. That was a big mistake, guys, right into an Evo Witch. We just got to get our Barb Hut down really early here. And we have to somehow kill this mini Pekka and probably an oncoming baby dragon and stuff. Yeah, he gets the baby dragon down. Oh, it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good at all. Oh my gosh. How do I kill anything here? Nice, man. I love Goblin Machine. I love Evo Witch. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that loss there was kind of tragic, but now we're moving on to the best deck from 2021, which was actually this Goblin Drill Valkyrie Cycle deck. Doesn't even have a glass cannon or anything like that. It literally just is Goblin Drill Cycle. You have the wall breakers as well. No log even in this deck either. It just, yeah, purely focused on the drill and the good offensive combos with the drill as well, with the bomb or the wall breakers, stuff like that. And guys, the reason why this deck was so broken back in the day, well, first off was because Tesla was really overpowered at one point in time. Right now it kind of started to just get overshadowed by stuff like the, you know, cannon, and you have Goblin Hut, for example. You have a lot of other things that work better right now than Tesla, but back in the day, Tesla was the #1 option. Also, really nice King activation there, by the way. Our opponent does go in for the Pekka. I am going to try to spam a little bit with the drill right here. This deck is really aggressive. You can't always defend everything well with this deck, but if you just apply a lot of pressure, you can usually do pretty good. Also, we do get a very nice Wallbreaker connection. Maybe going to be a little bit tough here to get through the Dark Prince, though. I think that's my biggest concern right now, is dealing with this Dark Prince. He does go in for the Vines. I guess I'll let my Tesla die here as well. Kind of have to Valkyrie. If he goes for a Battle Ram, I honestly just have to let that connect. I can't really deal with it with this cycle. Unless I go for a defensive drill. Okay, I'm actually going to defensive drill, guys. Defensive drill kind of works out. And guys, drill was so broken back in 2021 because when it was first released into the game, it originally had like a kind of different death spawn mechanic. Like right now when the drill dies, the two goblins spawn side to side, right? But originally, the goblin drill spawned the goblins in kind of like a straight line like this. So it would basically be impossible to stop those spawn-in goblins. Unless I guess you predicted the drill in the front, then you could sometimes block it. But it felt almost impossible most of the time, and I believe it also just spawned a lot more goblins than it currently does. I think it might have spawned even 3 on death, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, drill has been broken quite a few times recently. In like the last few years, it actually had quite a few good metas. Wait, that's perfect timing on the drill, right as this guy goes for the Dark Prince on the other side. Oh, Valkyrie's going on the wrong thing. Oh, snap. What, bro? What? Are you flipping joking? Dude. Are you flipping kidding me, man? Wait, that's such a good Valkyrie. Okay, so that Evo Valkyrie basically made me miss my fireball, but we still defended. And this guy has divines and all this new stuff, but it seems like it's not really mattering. We're still doing such a good job right now. Nice baby dragon for him, but we're still overall chilling. I'm just going to go in for an aggressive drill once again here. Going to get my bomber down as well. He might have to respond to my bomber here, otherwise it will get a little connection. Alright, not looking too bad. We're just going to get our Tesla down. Probably the thing we have to be the most careful about is the Evo Battle Ram. That was kind of a bad vines, though, for him. I think he tried to make it so my Tesla wouldn't pop up so the ram would go right on my tower, but he was a little bit too slow, so didn't end up working out for him. We do get a nice fireball down here, which does allow us to get quite a few goblin stabs on the tower. You could just get so many drills down with this deck, man. It's kind of insane. And right now, if we go for the Evo wall breakers, I think there's just about nothing he can do. He can try to maybe vines on my wall breakers, but I don't even know if that'll be enough, to be honest. I could fireball here, but I feel like there's no point. Oh yeah, we just take the win either way. Oh my gosh, guys, does anybody remember how broken this deck was in 2022? The best deck for 2022, I think for sure was this Royal Hogs deck. Another close competitor, though, would probably be that one Mega Knight Archer Queen deck with the Ram Rider. But this deck was so good, guys, because on release, the Archer Queen in 2021, you could basically just play it at the bridge over and over and over again, and when your champion died, when your Archer Queen died, you would just play like one card and already get back to it, because it just had some sort of messed up thing with the cycle. It didn't work the same way as it currently does. So yeah, you would just play your Archer Queen, it would die, you would cycle one card, get another Archer Queen, and play it at the bridge. And back then, the ability lasted much longer than it currently does. Also, the Archer Queen had some glitches with its invisibility to where it couldn't be pulled by stuff like a tornado. And also, when it was invisible back in the day, even if you played like a Valkyrie down on, say, like a Barbarian and the Archer Queen, the Valkyrie would hit the Barbarians, but not the Queen if it was invisible, even if the axe was, like, technically hitting at it. If it was invisible, it just wouldn't be damaged by that. So, yeah, Archer Queen was absolutely insane back in the day. And it still is quite good to this day, actually. Anyways, I'm going to go for some Hoggies here. Our opponent actually does have the Hoggies as well, pretty surprisingly. What the heck? How the heck is this guy running a Hoggies deck? Looks so weird to have Hoggies with, like, the cards that he has. I don't know, that's kind of strange. We're going to go for a delivery here on his baby dragon. It'll actually be kind of hard for us to get through the Barbarians, guys, but on the bright side, we do have the Evo Cannon, which maybe we could pair with, like, a Log and an Earthquake to kill the Barbs. That's obviously a very big elixir overcommit, but if we really need to do that, we always can do that. He does go for the Ice Wizard just a little bit early, so our Evo Ice Spirit does get a nice connection. What, he has Electro Giant? Are you flipping joking? Guys, what the heck is this? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to go for the Ice Spirit here. I'm going to get this down as well. We do have Log Delivery, which is actually going to stop his piggies pretty nicely. Dude, that was such a good delivery right there. Let's go. This deck also did have Goblin Cage, guys, during 2022, at least some of the time, but it was also used with Cannon as well. Man, our piggies get no damage here. I predicted his Barbs there with the Evo Cannon, but looks like it didn't even matter at all. Dang, I thought it would at least get me something. I'm going to go for a Queen way up high here, guys, then I'm also going to go for the piggies, because I know he wants to support his E-Giant, but if we piggies, then he just can't support it properly. Yeah, really smart piggies by us right here. The defense of this deck is so incredibly overpowered, even to this day. It's still one of the better defensive decks out there. We do get a really nice delivery once again. We're just fully defending everything this guy can throw at us, it feels like. Gonna get some more piggies down here. He's probably gonna, yeah, get his barbarians down, but seems like it's pretty hard for him to really punish us much at all. We're gonna go for our queen up high. Lightning is one of the best counters to Archer Queen, and there was a lot of lightning in 2021, but even then you could just play the queen up high and avoid the lightning, and if they still wanted to go for it, it would just be a -1 trade for them, so queen is always really nice to have in your deck, I feel like. I'm gonna pop the ability. Oh, he does go for a good lightning there. I mean, I guess we just Evo Cannon. That is gonna hit the baby dragon, which is nice, but his baby dragon is giving a lot of speed right now, so I think he's gonna try to piggies. Wait, I'm kind of confused why he didn't piggies on the left side, actually. Honestly, I feel like maybe he should have gone for the piggies on the left side, guys, with that baby dragon, but he does get a lot of damage anyways, so I guess that's pretty good for him still. Yeah, it's really just the barbs that are making things a little bit awkward for us. We have to be really careful about his lightning cycle. I think the biggest issue for us in this matchup right now, guys, is probably going to be the baby dragon. Because we have Archer Queen for it, but the Archer Queen is going to be able to get lightninged away and stuff like that, so I don't know how well it'll actually do for us here. We do get our queen down right now. He's probably going to lightning. Yeah, he does go in for the lightning right there. Oh my gosh, get my cannon down. Nice, we just barely get our cannon down in the nick of time. Oh my gosh, come on. Kill that E-Giant. Nice, we killed the E-Giant. Okay, let's go for the Evo Cannon. Gotta get a queen up high to target the baby dragon first before it goes for the E-Giant. He does get a massive speed up on everything. Oh no! Oh my gosh, man. Wait, that Evo Ice Spirit actually did a really good jump right there. I think we just set up for the defense right now with the cannon, guys, and I just don't think he has enough time to take the win. We could just get a delivery down here, and this guy literally just cannot break through. This is so funny. I mean, I don't know why a man would play Piggy's E-Giant. But yeah, we just absolutely shut this guy down. Earthquake Cycle also used to be way better back in the day too, guys. It did like twice as much damage as it currently does. In 2022, evolutions were first released into Clash Royale, and I see a lot of people these days saying how broken evolutions are every time, but guys, in 2022, the evolutions were just a whole nother breed compared to what they are nowadays, man. Especially the first ones like the Firecracker, the Royal Giant, and stuff like that. Man, the Firecracker would basically just do like 1,200 damage to your tower, even if it shot something like an Ice Spirit in this placement. Like, it would literally get 1,200 damage on your tower, even from that far away without like a direct shot on the tower or anything like that. It was absurd, and this Miner deck, which was the best for 2022, you would basically just spam as many Evo Firecrackers as humanly possible. Also, the Firecracker back then did not even die to arrows, which is kind of crazy to think about, man, because I don't know, it's just like, wow, you can't even die to arrows? How the heck are you supposed to kill it? Also, what the heck was that Mega Minion just doing right there? He's probably going to have to cage regardless, though. Or does he not go for it? No, he doesn't go for it. I'm going to Miner here just to make sure he has to respond to my Firecracker. The Firecracker actually might be able to get on the tower. Okay, we make him Inferno Dragon. Looking pretty good right now. This deck is still quite good to this day. Oh, and also, guys, another interesting card in this deck is the Bomb Tower. The Bomb Tower, at one point in time, was actually the best building in Clash Royale. The reason why Bomb Tower was so good back in the day was because back in the day, the Bomb Tower's Death Bomb used to do like twice as much damage as it currently does, so you would just get way better defensive interactions with it if you would kind of just pull stuff towards the middle. Oh, nice, the one back gets a chip shot there on the tower. Our Firecracker's probably kind of dead here, but at least it's going to take out the Goblin Cage, so it's actually not too bad for us. Okay, he does go in for the balloon. I guess I'll just go for this right here. This is bad. That's all I'm gonna say. Wait, can our Death Bomb hit the balloon? Nice, it hits the balloon, and also we got a wall breaker connection on the tower right there. Dude, the Firecracker is doing so good for us now. Firecracker got nerfed recently, guys, so I was kind of unsure if it would actually do very good in this deck nowadays, but seems to still be putting in the work. It's just that back in the day, you would pretty much use the Evo Firecracker as your whole win condition, but nowadays, as you can see, it's more just like a defensive troop rather than something that's actually going to get us the majority of our damage. Because back in the day, guys, the Miner and the Wall Breakers and stuff were kind of just troops you would use to bait out your opponent's troops to get your Evo Firecrackers lined up onto, but nowadays, you more so use the Wall Breakers and the Miner, and Firecracker is just there to get a little bit of extra chip damage, but not really your main tower damage dealer or something like that. Opponent does go for the Fireball right here, but we just have such a quick cycle that he doesn't really seem to be able to get much off against us right here. I kind of want him to waste his cage soon so I can actually get some nice Evo wall breakers. I don't know why this guy still has yet to predict a firecracker with the miner. He had so many chances to try to miner on the firecracker, but instead he keeps on going for it on my tower instead. Alright, I'm going to go for a miner right here, then we can also get our bats down as well, just to make him spend something. I'm going to also wall breakers too. Nice, a bat does make it to the tower, never mind. Didn't even get a connection, but wall breaker does take it. Oh my goodness, guys, in 2024, this Goblinstein Magic Archer Miner deck was so toxic, man. If you ran this deck, you were a beast, man. You were a monster, honestly. The Tornado back then was way stronger than it currently is. It just did more damage. You also had the Goblinstein with much more HP than it currently has. Also, I believe the Goblin Doctor used to also do a lot better. Come on, let's get our ability, please. Nice! I think this guy probably has vines in his deck, so I'm really lucky that he didn't just get his vines down right there. He probably could have if he didn't play the stuff that he just played right there after the minion horde. We do get the Ice Spirit on the tower, which is pretty nice as well. This guy is not the #1 player, honestly. I think that's not... Yeah, that's not this guy. That has to be someone else. We get our miner on defense here. The miner also used to do a little bit more damage at this time to the tower, I believe, guys, and I think the Magic Archer even might have been a little bit better. Also, the Evo Ice Spirit used to have 3 waves of stun, which was kind of insane to think about, actually. Imagine 3 waves of stun. That's kind of crazy. I remember the Evo Ice Spirit, though, when it was kind of early on, it was actually very underrated and not really used at all until people started to realize how good it can be to counter beatdown. Okay, this guy here, we're going to have to just be really careful about his minion horde, I feel like, because the NATO's not quite as good against it as it used to be. The NATO used to be really good against that stuff because it would just do a bit more damage, but now it gets a lot worse interactions against that kind of thing. For his Evo Witch here, we could probably get our ability onto it and maybe take down a good amount of its HP, but guess we'll have to see about that right here. Yeah, we're going to pop our ability, and hopefully our Goblin Doctor is going to be able to take the rest of this Witch down. Looks like it actually will be able to. Oh, tell me it kills it. Okay, it's not going to kill it, so I'm going to Magic Archer just to be sure. Maybe I didn't even need that Magic Archer. But guys, back in the day with the Goblinstein, you could literally just spam the Goblinstein at the bridge straight up like into a Hunter, into a mini Pekka, and like 10 other things, and you would still somehow get a connection on the tower. Like, it was absolutely crazy. I remember I was playing RG, guys, and I had like 2 Hunters down and a Fisherman at the same time, and my opponent literally had the nerve to go for a Stein into it, and they somehow got a positive interaction and a ton of damage on my tower. I don't know how that's possible, but that was the old Goblinstein for you. And then whenever you tried to defend the Goblinstein with something, they would just end up, you know, getting like a Magic Archer lineup onto it, or onto like whatever you used to defend it, or something toxic like that. It was so annoying. Okay, this guy does go in for the minion horde right here. We have to maybe try to kite it around just a little bit. We can also get our king up, actually. Oh, my gosh. Please kill that. Okay. Wait, he just misplaced a mortar! Guys, I think we might be saved. Come on, NATO that back. That's going to be some good damage here, guys. Definitely not game over yet. Not game-winning damage, but that's still a lot. I'm pretty happy about that. The log here is going to kill the ability, maybe get on the mortar a little bit too. And having our king up is kind of huge. And guys, we can also maybe get some really nice Goblinstein value as well. Yeah, he's going to spam us right here, but we can just go for a Stein, which actually does save our Magic Archer and make it not even get targeted by the vines. I'm going to pop my ability here. The Goblinstein ability is actually still really strong to this day. We get our Evo Ice Spirit down, which is going to make him play something, and then we can just go for a Magic Archer lineup right here. And I don't feel like there's any way for him to stop this. Yeah, he literally can't stop this. He's just watching. Guys, look, there's literally no way he stops this, and this deck is not even in its prime, and it's still this broken. So guys, there is still a little bit of time left in 2025, but based on what we've seen so far, I think the best deck for 2025 in Clash Royale has to be this Goblin Giant Pekka deck. It's been so good throughout the year, and it just keeps on getting stronger and stronger because they keep buffing random stuff, like, you know, they gave the Chef Tower some buffs randomly. They did nerf it a little bit later as well, but it's still really good. And you know, the Pekka just became so broken as well. There's so many good things going for this deck right now. Also, Fisherman is really broken despite maybe a little bit of small nerfs that it's gotten. And also the Vine spell is just the perfect addition to this deck too, so it's in a really good spot right now. Hopefully the Mega Minion doesn't get too much damage here. Nice, our King Tower does kind of save us actually. I could even try to Goblin Giant here potentially. Yeah, I'm actually going to. just to use the pancake, and because he wasted the prince. Yeah, see, he can only go for a dark prince here, guys, but that's going to be a lot of damage for us anyways. Just have to hope that we can defend here. Hopefully he doesn't get, like, a giant down in front or something like that. I don't think he's going to get it, though. And I could either go for, like... Okay, he actually does get the giant down. But that's actually kind of a terrible giant. It doesn't even actually tank for anything, so that's not going to be that much damage for him. And us having our king up here is so good too, guys. The thing about this deck is that it counters beatdown so well and cycles so well. Because when you're facing a cycle deck, you literally just overwhelm them. They just can't defend this much HP worth of troops, and the Goblin Machine carries you so heavily. But then against beatdown, the Pekka carries you so heavily, and the Fisherman. And also the Chef Tower is so nice to get overleveled Pekkas and stuff like that. And yeah, this deck is just so easy to play as well. You know, it's just so dumb how good it is for how easy it is to play. Like, a deck this easy to play should not be this good, you know what I mean? That's what I feel about it. I am going to go for the vines right here. That's going to allow our Goblin Giant to actually take down all of his support here, basically. We don't quite take his tower, but I feel like if we get one big push here, he probably is not going to be able to defend it. I'm kind of just waiting to see what he does. He goes for the Prince, so I'm going to machine into it. And the dumb thing about this deck as well, guys, is that you can just, like, Pekka the back first play, and you're going to be completely fine doing that, because if they try to punish you opposite side, all you have to do is just, like, Fisherman. Like, if they go for a Giant... When you Pekka the back one side, you just Fisherman to pull that Giant into your Pekka. Same goes for like Golem or Royal Giant, anything like that. And also the Goblin Machine, guys, is also one of my most, I guess, hated cards of 2025 so far. Bro, look at this Bomber. It's literally going to kill a Mega Minion, which is kind of dumb. We have to somehow defend here, though. Hold up. Wait, did I just choke here? Wait, I think we just 3-crown him. I think we just 3-crown him, guys. Yeah, the Goblin Machine is so dumb, though. I hate the fact that it can literally hit something like 0.1 tiles away from it. Anyways, good game.